Welcome back, knowledge seekers. This is Bonnie's Life, your window into the most fascinating developments shaping our world. Today, we're diving deep into what might be the most consequential technological story of our generation: China's lightning fast rise as a global tech superpower. From artificial intelligence that's revolutionizing daily life to quantum computers that defy our understanding of physics, China is advancing at a pace that's leaving many experts stunned. But what's really happening behind the headlines? How does China's tech revolution compare to America's innovation engine? And what does this mean for our collective future? Stick around for the next 20 minutes as we unpack this technological transformation that's happening right before our eyes. Trust me, by the end of this episode, you'll have insights that most news coverage completely misses. Let's jump right in. When we talk about the technological race of the 21st century, artificial intelligence is ground zero. And China has made AI development a national mission like never before. In 2017, China unveiled its new generation AI development plan, backed by a mind-boggling $150 billion in funding. Fast forward to today, and the results speak for themselves. China now holds 1.85 million AI-related patent applications, a number that reveals just how serious they are about dominating this space. What's fascinating is how China and America have taken completely different paths to AI leadership. While the US leads in fundamental research in those headline-grabbing general-purpose AI systems like ChatGPT and Google's Gemini, China excels in practical applications that are transforming everyday life. Take a walk through Shanghai or Shenzhen today, and you'll see AI woven into the fabric of daily life in ways that might surprise you. Facial recognition payment systems that make credit cards look ancient. AI-powered traffic management that has slashed congestion by up to 30% in major cities. Even AI doctors that can diagnose certain conditions with accuracy that rivals human physicians. Chinese tech giants have developed their own impressive large language models. Baidu's AnyBot, Alibaba's Tongyi Chanwen, and ByteDance's Dubao that are specifically optimized for Chinese language and culture. While they might not yet match the general capabilities of American models, they are closing the gap at a pace that's raising eyebrows in Silicon Valley. Here's where China has a unique advantage that's hard to overstate: data, the lifeblood of modern AI. With 1.4 billion citizens and fewer privacy restrictions, Chinese AI systems have access to training data sets of a scale and depth that American companies can only dream about. But the US still holds critical advantages, particularly in the specialized AI chips that power these systems and the fundamental research breakthroughs that drive innovation. The question isn't simply who's winning in AI, but how these two radically different approaches will shape the technology that increasingly governs our lives. If AI is the brain of modern technology, semiconductors are the neurons that make everything possible. And China has made achieving semiconductor sovereignty a national obsession. Despite facing unprecedented international restrictions designed specifically to slow its progress, China's advancement in chip technology has been nothing short of remarkable. The country's leading chip maker, SMIC, has achieved 7-nanometer process technology, a manufacturing milestone that many Western analysts thought impossible under current sanctions. China is now the global leader in semiconductor equipment investment, projected to reach a staggering $28 billion in 2025. This massive investment is part of a broader strategy to reduce dependence on foreign technology and build a self-sufficient semiconductor ecosystem that can withstand geopolitical pressures. Now, The United States still leads in advanced semiconductor design, with companies like NVIDIA, AMD, and Intel creating the world's most sophisticated chips. America's partnership with Taiwan's TSMC gives it access to the most advanced manufacturing processes that remain years ahead of China's capabilities. But China is playing a different game, focusing on mature technology nodes and specialized chips for AI and other applications where cutting-edge processes aren't always necessary. While the US emphasizes maintaining its technological edge through innovation, China emphasizes self-sufficiency through massive state investment. The result is a fascinating divergence in semiconductor strategies. America's distributed market-driven approach versus China's centralized state-directed model. Both have their strengths, and the competition between them is driving innovation at an unprecedented pace that ultimately benefits consumers worldwide. Perhaps nowhere is China's technological ambition more visible than in its rapidly expanding space program. In 2024, China conducted 68 orbital rocket launches, a new record that puts it second only to the United States in space launch capability. The Tiangong space station, completed in 2022, now hosts a continuous human presence in orbit. Chinese astronauts regularly conduct spacewalks, scientific experiments, and even live streams for the Chinese public, building national pride while developing crucial expertise for future missions. China's lunar exploration program has achieved what no other nation has done, returning samples from the dark side of the moon with the Chang'e 6 mission. And they're not stopping there. Plans are underway for a manned lunar landing by 2030, followed by the establishment of a permanent moon base that could give China a strategic foothold beyond Earth. To support these ambitious goals, China is developing the Long March 10 rocket with a 70 metric ton capacity to low Earth orbit. While not yet matching the capabilities of SpaceX's Starship, it represents a significant leap forward for Chinese launch capabilities and demonstrates their long-term commitment to space exploration. In the satellite arena, China is planning two massive constellations, Qianfan 1,000 sails, with 14,000 satellites, and the more defense-oriented Guoang National Net, with 13,000 satellites. These will provide global internet coverage and support China's growing space-based capabilities for both civilian and military applications. The United States maintains advantages in commercial space innovation, reusable rocket technology, and deep space exploration. But China's state-sponsored approach is enabling rapid advancement and long-term planning. That's closing the gap at a pace that would have seemed impossible just a decade ago. Technology has always been intertwined with national security, and China's military modernization reflects its broader technological ambitions in ways that are reshaping global power dynamics. In 2025, China increased its defense budget by 7.2% to approximately $245 billion, while still far below America's $886 billion. This continued growth signals China's commitment to building a military equipped with cutting-edge technology capable of projecting power beyond its borders. Chinese defense technology was recently tested in a real-world scenario when Pakistan claimed to use Chinese-made J-10C fighter jets in an aerial engagement with India. While details remain disputed, the incident highlighted how Chinese military exports are reshaping regional power dynamics and potentially providing the first combat test of Chinese systems against Western equipment. Perhaps most intriguing is China's aggressive push into military robotics and AI integration. The country is pursuing humanoid robotics for military applications with remarkable focus, with Chinese companies holding a 63% share of the global humanoid robot supply chain, according to Morgan Stanley. The Beijing Humanoid Robot Innovation Center has developed the Tiangong robot with advanced capabilities, including 3D vision and CPUs, capable of 550 trillion operations per second. These systems could transform future battlefields in ways that military strategists are only beginning to understand. The United States maintains significant advantages in overall military technology, particularly in stealth aircraft, aircraft carriers, and global force projection. But China's focus on specific capabilities and asymmetric technologies is enabling it to challenge American dominance in key areas that could alter the strategic balance in regions like the South China Sea and beyond. While much of the world is still deploying 5G networks, China has already set its sights on the next generation of wireless technology, 6G, and the implications could be revolutionary. In 2024, China established 3 technological standards for 6G under the auspices of the International Telecommunication Union, a clear signal of its intent to shape the future of global communications. The country views 2025 as the starting year for 6G standards, with the aim to complete standardization by 2029 and achieve commercialization by 2030. The capabilities of 6G will be truly transformative, with peak data rates reaching 1 terabit per second, 10 to 100 times faster than 5G. This would enable downloading HD movies in just 1 second and support revolutionary applications like holographic communication, extended reality, and the tactile internet that could allow remote surgery and other applications requiring near-zero latency. China's advantage in 6G stems partly from its massive deployment of 5G infrastructure. It has more 5G base stations than the rest of the world combined. This provides a foundation for testing and implementing next-generation technologies that gives Chinese researchers practical experience that's difficult to match. Interestingly, Chinese research indicates that European and American operators are not willing to develop 6G due to the relatively lagging 5G deployment. While the US leads in theoretical 6G research, China is taking a more aggressive approach to practical implementation and standard setting that could give it a first-mover advantage. The result could be a world where China establishes the fundamental architecture of our future communications networks, with profound implications for global technology leadership, data security, and even national sovereignty in the digital age. If there's one area that truly represents the cutting edge of technology, it's quantum computing. And China is making remarkable strides in this field that could redefine what's computationally possible. In March 2025, Chinese scientists unveiled Zhuchongzi 3.0, a 105-qubit superconducting quantum computer prototype. This system processes quantum random circuit sampling, tasks at speeds quadrillions of times faster than classical supercomputers, and 1,000,000 times faster than Google's latest results. A quantum advantage that demonstrates China's growing capabilities in this strategic technology. China's leading quantum startup, Origin Quantum, has launched its 4th-generation quantum control system, Tianji 4.0, which supports over 500 qubits. The company's previous system, Origin Wukong, has handled more than 380,000 quantum computing tasks for 26 million users across 139 countries, showing that China is not just developing quantum technology but actively deploying it at scale. The United States maintains advantages and diverse quantum computing approaches and more advanced error correction techniques. American companies like IBM, Google, and Rigetti have built strong commercial quantum ecosystems with cloud access and developer tools that remain more mature than their Chinese counterparts. But China was the first country to achieve quantum computational advantage in two mainstream technical routes and is now moving from research to production-ready engineering. Both countries view quantum computing as a strategic technology with profound implications for national security, particularly in cryptography and secure communications. So, what does this all mean? Is China overtaking the United States in technology? The answer is nuanced and depends entirely on which technologies we're discussing and how we measure progress. China's strengths lie in its rapid pace of advancement, strong government support, massive scale of investment, and focus on self-sufficiency. The country excels at quickly implementing and scaling technologies once the fundamental research is established, turning scientific discoveries into practical applications at a speed that often surprises Western observers. The United States maintains leadership in fundamental research, breakthrough innovations, and creating vibrant ecosystems for startups and commercial applications. America's international partnerships and longer history of technological leadership provide significant advantages that continue to drive innovation across multiple domains. What we're witnessing isn't a simple story of one country winning and another losing, but rather the emergence of two different models of technological development, each with distinct strengths and weaknesses that are reshaping the global innovation landscape. China is closing the gap in most advanced technologies at unprecedented speed, while the US maintains its edge in cutting-edge innovation but faces challenges in manufacturing capacity and implementation. Both countries increasingly view technology through a national security lens, leading to growing technological decoupling and parallel development paths that could create a bifurcated global tech ecosystem. The technological competition between China and the United States is reshaping our world in profound ways. Far from being a zero-sum game, this rivalry is driving innovation at an unprecedented pace, potentially benefiting humanity through faster technological advancement in areas from clean energy to medicine to space exploration. The key question isn't which country will win this technology race, but how the competition will transform a global innovation, economic systems, and geopolitics in the coming decades, and how we, as global citizens, can ensure that these powerful technologies are developed and deployed responsibly. What's clear is that China's technological rise represents one of the most significant developments of our time, a transformation happening at breathtaking speed that will redefine the 21st century in ways we're only beginning to understand. That's all for this episode of Bonnie's Life. I hope you've gained new insights into China's technological advancement and its implications for our shared future. If you found this analysis valuable, please hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and share your thoughts in the comments below. What technology sector do you think will see the most dramatic changes in the next 5 years? Let me know in the comments. And if you want to dive deeper into any of these topics, check out the links in the description for additional resources and my sources for this research. Until next time, I'm Bonnie, and thanks for joining me on this journey of discovery. Stay curious, stay informed, and I'll see you in the next episode.